So they were talking to Denver Nuggets head coach Mike Malone, and they were discussing the matchup between themselves and the Los Angeles Lakers. And as he was talking, man, he basically started saying, like, we swept them before. We swept them last year. We swept them this year. We really ready for them. I'm like, well, damn. Tell us how you really feel. So for those of you who didn't hear what the head coach had to say about the Lakers, I want to play for you now and then come back and give you guys our thoughts. Take a listen to what Mike Malone had to say here.
Obviously, it can be kind of circumstantial, but where are you at in terms of figuring out how deep into your bench you feel like you can go or want to go with this matchup?
Yeah, we'll go as deep as we need.
How can you feel the focus and intensity turn up now that it's playoff time, it's go time? Like, can you describe what that feels like around the team?
I really can't. It's like a feeling, deep down inside. So how do you describe that? No, I think more importantly, like, we have a veteran group, and as I told them, like, when the play-ins are done, there's 16 teams in the postseason, and there's 15 teams trying to take what we have. We have to understand that. Like, this is not going into round one, game one. They're like, there's a bullseye on our back, even more so now. Like, the league's been cut in half almost, and we have a responsibility to understand that. LA we swept them last year. We swept them this year. They're coming in not only playing well, but really hungry. And they want to flip that script, and we have to understand that, Katie, and bring that. And I think our players do. But that was our message today, man. Don't let anybody in these playoffs take what we worked so hard to get. There hasn't been a back-to-back champion since 17-18 in Golden State, and it's going to be a hell of a challenge. I've said this for months now. The Western Conference playoffs are going to be insane. Forget seeding. The number in front of each team, throw that out the window. There's going to be 8 really talented teams, and there's a number of teams that I think wouldn't be surprised coming out of the West, because that's how deep and talented it is.
So you heard what Mike Malone had to say there, right? He didn't really mince words. And I came across an article here from fadeawayworld.net where it says, Anthony Davis says Lakers are not ducking the smoke against the Denver Nuggets. Then continued on, the Lakers will face a familiar foe in the first round of the Western Conference playoffs, and defeating them will be no easy feat. But even knowing the battles to come, Anthony Davis says the Lakers' mindset is of total fearlessness coming into the highly anticipated series. If they beat us, they beat us, and AD told The Athletic. We're not ducking the smoke. Around the NBA, there's been a growing movement that says teams should try to arrange a certain first-round matchup to tip the odds in their favor. The Cleveland Cavaliers, for example, particularly through their final game of the regular season to ensure a matchup against the Orlando Magic. And then the article goes on to say a few other things. So AD and these guys, Darvin Ham, you obviously heard him say that people that are suggesting that they should have lost that game are coming from the insane asylum. So it seems like these guys are really ready. They've basically come to terms with the fact that they're going to be facing against this behemoth of a team. What are my thoughts? Well, we all know that Mike Malone is a fantastic trash talker. We saw that last year at the championship parade and all of the various interviews he did like that on the Pat McAfee show. He trolls people, right? And I think it's hilarious. I think it's hilarious because he gives his team some attitude, right? Because Nikola Jokic is not that type of person. So he kind of fills in that gap for them. He talks on their behalf. Some people don't like that, but obviously those are people that had sour grapes that they ended up winning the championship. Look, coming into this playoff series, I think Mike Malone is going to need to give his team the edge. He's going to need to put a battery in their backs to understand that, hey, listen, we're going to be playing against a potentially dangerous team. So you want to make sure that you're mentally dialed in going into this series. I made a prediction. My prediction for this series is that I think that the Denver Nuggets are not going to sweep the Lakers. If they sweep the Lakers, I'm going to be floored. Like, it'll be crazy. It'd be crazy because then essentially they would have swept the Lakers on 3 different occasions in a year and a half. That's madness. That's madness. So I don't think that would happen. I think, though, however, that Denver is going to win this series in 5 games. Here's my breakdown. I think Denver is going to hold court. I think they're going to win their first 2 games in Denver. Then I think maybe the Lakers are going to probably win game 3. And then Denver may steal 1 game. I don't think the Lakers are good enough to steal a game in Denver. And then Denver will come out and close out the series in game 5 on their home court.